Hello, welcome to Conversations with Yemi and Bimbo David. Hope you're doing well. We're so glad to have you join us.
Yes.
You were
Mm. Start again.
Conversations.
welcome to Conversations with Yemi and Bimbo David. We're so glad to have you join us this episode. This evening, we're going to be talking about something very, very exciting. I'm happy about it. We're talking about romance in marriage, expressing love, and all things love in marriage.
Conversations.
Glad to be with you again today. As you said, I think it's an exciting topic, especially when we realize that for most people, before they got married, they appear romantic. You see a man go out of his way to take his fiancée to the restaurant or outings. And then as people settle in marriage, that aspect begins to fade away and it can now become a very boring home. Many need to rekindle the romance in their home. And this is a good time to discuss this anyway as we approach Christmas.
But it's funny, while you're talking, I just started thinking about it. That it's funny. Why is it that men are more romantic before
Before marriage.
marriage?
Because they are chasing the woman. Now, when they cut the woman, they feel the chase is no more. They feel the chase is no more there. And that's a very wrong way of thinking. I feel the chase should continue till death in that sense. It's a mindset too. It's sometimes it's as blatant as taking each other for granted. I have her, I have him, so what else? And there are many things that contribute to lack of romance in the home. From our own experience, uh, if you're not intentional about these things, they disappear. So for some couples, it's not that they don't want to be romantic. They were not just intentional. So they walk the hustle of our metropolis, traffic, workload, trying to earn a living can drain romance out of your marriage. And if you don't wake yourself up on time, you now have a new lifestyle where there's no romance. You just work, sleep, greet each other, eat, a little chat, and that can run for years. And I realize that the marriage is empty. But it is also very dangerous because there's a part of each one of you that longs for that because it's part of God's makeup for us. So that when that aspect has been starved, and you don't even know it's starved, you just maybe encounter someone in your place of work or in the marketplace or somewhere, and they just,
Yeah, but some people,
rekindle that,
for some people, they just don't know what it means to be romantic. A lot of African men
I feel
don't know what it is to be
How
because,
do-
sweetheart,
people
remember?
know. How did they do it before marriage? I agree that there has to be some talk about detailing of romance. But before we got married, which is even more impactful, is always organic. The childlike way of expressing your love for your
So yeah,
wife.
for many people, before
Yes.
they got
the
married, they
writing
were
of
thinking
letters.
about sex. So everything was leading up to
I don't
the
think
sexual.
so.
Yes, for the
Yeah,
men,
sex. No, I don't
that's what
think
they
so.
were thinking about.
If you love someone, you want to please them, buying up perfumes, writing letters to them. It's not about sex. It's
Okay.
a friendship. If you love the person, you're not arranging marriage, not marrying 13 people.
So why is it that even now, when I want to kiss you, it's very hard. You're shy.
No.
Yes.
Because not everybody really enjoys kissing, even when before they.
It's because you're not used to. You don't. That's why I say that they
so
don't.
that it has to be organic with people.
Even then, it's organic. Are we not married? It's not organic. But you would not be.
I'm shy. I'm shy now, and sometimes we both need to brush our teeth regularly.
You-
Conversations.
You didn't just say that.
No, no. Sometimes if I've not maybe brushed my teeth and I
Is that
feel
what
it's
we're
not
talking
okay,
about?
I won't want to embarrass you by, so I just want us to go I just want to
No,
brush my
no, no.
teeth.
I'm saying that, so okay, fine. Before we even get to all those,
Detailing, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people just don't know how to be romantic, and it's not about the kiss in that sense. Even holding hands,
Ah, that
holding
one.
hands in pub, in pub. A lot of men
I agree. I
they
agree.
don't know hugging is not, it's simple, it's not sexual in that sense. But a lot of African men or even women maybe don't,
Especially men. Yeah.
they don't hug
But they
in,
want to
in
hug
front
that
of,
same person before marriage. Anyway, the background for me is
because
this.
sweetheart, for, I think, maybe I may be wrong, but I think that for the men,
Mm.
before marriage, even you see some men that are even married, they are fantasizing about a woman. It is
How do you know
always,
the man is fantasizing?
wait
No, but sorry.
now.
How do you know? You're in the person's mind, or is it when we tell you we're fantasizing? No, it's true. How do you know a man is fantasizing about another woman?
I know, I'm a woman. A woman
Okay.
will know. A
Okay.
woman will know. The eyes rove, don't they?
Eyes?
Yes.
What if I'm meditating on something else? Okay, continue.
God.
Continue.
There's something that they have in mind. It may not even be the sex in that
Yeah,
sense,
it's just-
but there's an end. There's something else behind that, longing of, okay, I want to hug someone that is not your wife or whatever. There's something, you just feel like there's something special about it.
Let me break it down and then maybe Bimbo will help unpack it a bit. Number one, when we say romance, because some people are thinking, what is it? What is it? It's about friendship. Nothing helps any marriage. Nothing helps a marriage like friendship. Okay, even when you have sometimes maybe
Yeah.
some misunderstanding or maybe some mild disagreements or whatever, when you are true friends, you find a way of settling. So I believe that romance is a strong subset of that friendship. That means that friendship is not like any other friend that you have. You have other friends, but this friend that you have access to them, their body, each other's fullness. You understand? So, but for me, it's friendship.
Yeah.
And if you want to build friendship in that home, and many of us need to recover that. Scripture says, "He that hath friends should be
Show himself friendly.
show himself friendly." So I think there's an aspect of friendliness in behavior. Nothing pitches somebody away from you when you are not friendly. So that comes to the way you talk to your husband, the way you talk to your wife. Sometimes the reason why the romance is not as vibrant as it should is because of wrong language. The other thing I want to say is I think people take each other for granted. You can't have sustained romance if there is no attraction. So I swear that when people get married, they settle. It happens to men. Some men, their tummy becomes bloated out of eating too much of fat. Some women, they don't take care of themselves anymore after like 2 or 3 kids. So you realize that unconsciously they don't really have attraction to each other. And when that sets in, the romance will suffer. So I think those are the critical areas that we need to actually realize. And then the third one has to do with what each other, what you like, love languages. We've talked about love languages forever.
Yeah, but before we get to
Yeah.
love languages, I think also we also need to talk about the social media aspect, because for people, they equate romance to what they see. Okay, flowers or taking someone to the restaurant. Then there is a public part of it that people think that's what romance. And I just realized that even for our parents, some of them are, our parents are elderly. But I think I want to just stress on that friendliness you talked about.
Friendship, yeah.
Friendship. Yes, there are times with that where a man's tummy may be bloated. A woman's tummy may be bloated in that sense. But the friendship, you see, the joy of seeing a 70-year-old man and his wife laughing with each other, gisting, that is romantic.
Yeah, but if you look at it, they didn't take each other for granted
Yeah,
over those
I
years.
understand.
There's
I'm
some
not talking
things
about
that
they
they
taking for
kept
granted.
well,
So I'm saying
yeah.
that there are certain things that may not be perfect about each other. After children, sometimes the woman's body doesn't recover. I'm not saying they take each other for granted. I'm just saying that certain things may not be perfect physically. However, when there's that friendship, it trumps every other thing. The fact that you can sit down, laugh with your spouse, even the endearing names that you hear. Some of these are elderly. Parents call each other my sweetheart, my baby. Lori. It just makes you feel that what, in spite of the years of conflict, in years of experience or whatever it is that they've gone through, there's still something that they have that is just unique to them. It could be a gist that they just talk about some years ago. And yeah, they just remember. Do you remember what happened? Or even with us, that even in church, So I'm saying that romance is not just about like we're talking about the kissing, the holding hands, just the laughing together. There are times in church when we are in church and we just laugh, and we laugh at each other, we laugh at things. I think that's romantic.
But what I'm trying to say is that that's romantic. But all those other things, if those things are not there,
I agree.
that will not happen.
No, I agree
So we need
with
to
you.
fix those areas.
I'm just speaking to the fact that some people don't even understand what this romance we're talking about means.
Conversations.
So I'm saying that it is still hinged on friendship. It's still hinged on the fact that I can gist, even if it's to gossip. That friendship you have, that bond, that in spite of the world may be, but that this person and I, we are together. We have this unique language. Speaking to that love language, yes, but there's this unique language of, what, in spite of every other thing, I've got you. I know you. I understand you. Yeah.
And I think the African culture, where a man sees himself as the king of kings in the house, and the woman is like a subject, that kills friendship. So you find that there's already a gap mentally, and that kills friendship. Yeah, I believe as a man, you lead your home, but your wife is there as a strong support. And, like they said, the head and then the neck is not far from the head anyway. In fact, without the neck, I don't think the head can work.
It's even part of the head.
So it's part of the head. So they have to work together. I think that awareness has to be there about friendship. And it helps with mental health a lot. When we're able to gist, when we're able to laugh, when we're able to play together, I feel better mentally.
I think for you too, variety helps you with romance. Just to speak to what, not taking each other for granted. I know that there are certain things you like. You like change. You like, when I'm creative.
What kind of creativity? In what aspect?
With the sofa in the house,
Okay.
when we change the way it's arranged.